In today's video, I'm going to tell you how to collapse time. Literally, how to collapse time to not only activate your highest timeline, but bring it to the present in an instant. It works in seconds. I guarantee you, you have to be cautious because this works like crazy. If you do that little swave, this hack that I'm going to reveal to you in this video, you're going to collapse time because you are right here right now. You have been doing all the work to activate your highest timeline, to manifest what you want, your dream life. And your dream life, your highest timeline, maybe somewhere in the future. It exists. We know that. It exists. You have activated it. However, for some reason, there's something in between that prevents you from jumping into that timeline. And I'm going to tell you exactly what that is. So this technique involves visualization. If you're familiar with how to activate your highest timeline, you already know the work that is involved. You have done the work. You know how to do the work. If you don't know how to do that, if you're a beginner, please go ahead and watch my previous videos because I assume that at this point you have done all the work and you are your highest self. You are the person that is ready to jump to the highest timeline. So you have done all the work. You are ready. You are ready to jump. But something is preventing you from doing that. And we're going to see what that is and fix it. So one of the most powerful methods that you have been doing to attract what you want, to be that version of yourself that will have that new timeline, is visualizing. And not just visualizing, but being the person who you want to be in the new reality, in your new timeline. Like immersing yourself, being that person, like feeling, acting like that person would. This is powerful. You know that. I assume that you have already done it, but still you're here and you're wondering why. I am that person. I feel like the new timeline, like who I am in my highest timeline. Why am I still here? And I'm going to tell you exactly what that is. You have to visualize yourself having this thing that you want as you are right now. There must be something on you. So if you've done all the work and if you feel good about it, but you still haven't seen that reality, there's only one thing that may go wrong. There is something on you. It may be physical or something internal. It's something on you that you don't necessarily like, that you would like to change in that new timeline. And when you think about your new timeline, you think about the elevated version of yourself. You think of yourself without that flaw, without that thing that you don't have. Let me give you an example, a real example that prevented me for a long time from manifesting my new timeline, and I didn't know what that was because I felt great. I felt so ready to jump to that new timeline, and no matter what I did, I was still stuck. And I'm going to tell you exactly what that was. It was my hair. And I know this sounds stupid and silly, but stick with me because I'm going to tell you exactly what I meant. I have been blonde almost my whole life. I was always blonde. However, 2 years ago, I was dealing with a hair loss problem. My hair was very thin and it was falling like crazy. And I followed a lot of treatment to fix my hair. And that treatment period lasted about 1.5 years. So during that period, during that 1.5 years, I went back to brown. I was advised not to dye my hair. So I had to go back to brown, which it's a beautiful color for some people, but I don't identify as a brunette woman. And that really ruined my confidence a little bit. That wasn't me, you know what I mean? I'm blonde, like that's how I know myself. I've always been blonde. Even when I was a little kid, my hair was naturally blonde. So when I switched to that brown color, I mean, it seemed brown to me. Like my natural color is not brown. It's very light brown to dark blonde. However, I didn't like it. So every time I visualized myself having what I want, having what I desire, I visualized her blonde, as a blonde woman. So do you see the difference? Because this is who I was. Like my whole life, I have been blonde. So it didn't make sense to me to visualize myself as a brunette woman as I was back then in that specific period of time. So do you see that? Do you see that? That creates separation. So instantly my mind said that, okay, you're gonna have what you want, but in the future, You're dealing with your hair loss problem right now, so you have to be brunette right now. So you can't have that. As long as you're brunette, you can't have what you want. You can't manifest what you desire. When you fix your hair problem, then probably that thing will manifest. So I was visualizing myself as a future version of me, and not just as I was. So no matter how you feel, because I didn't feel good with that hair, to be honest, because it was thin, it was falling apart, it was a color that I didn't like. So I didn't want to visualize that thing that I didn't like. I mean, it makes sense rationally. I was thinking about the elevated version of myself, my blonde hair, as I wanted myself to be. However, if you really want to collapse time, because this is the tricky part, my manifestation wasn't the hair. Do you see that? Do you see the distinction? If I wanted to manifest having healthy and blonde hair, it would make sense to visualize myself as a blonde woman. But that wasn't my manifestation. That wasn't my goal. It was something completely different, unrelated to hair. However, I had to visualize myself as I was at that specific moment if I wanted to collapse time. Does this make sense? So it doesn't matter if you don't like, visualize yourself like having the life that you want, traveling the world full time, buying a house, landing your dream job, having that career, without extra pounds, without buttocks, with the wrinkles, as you are right now. This is essential because this is how you bring it to the present. Like if you are in your pajamas right now and you're watching this video, visualize yourself in your pajamas as you are right now, not like with fancy clothes and fancy cars and whatever that is. And yeah, I will be there. No, that's future, that's far away. Your mind instantly throws it to the future. That's not you. You're here like with your wrinkles and with that skin and with that hair and with whatever that might be that blocks you. And it may not be physical. I'm talking about physical characteristics right now because this is what prevented me from attracting what I wanted. It may be a physical aspect indeed, but it may be something internal as well. You have to figure out what that is. And every time you visualize yourself, visualize her as you are right now. This is how you bring what you want to the present. Like, I have this now. I don't care how I look like, or yeah, I may not be at my best now, but I have it now. This is who I am and I have it. And now that I have it, I may improve some things. I may dye my hair. I may want to eat healthier. I may want to do some Botox, whatever you want to do. But you have to visualize yourself as you are right now if you want to really attract it to the present right now. This is essential. This used to block me for a long time, and when I realized that, like, it instantly changed. When I started visualizing myself as I was back then, not only did my manifestation show up instantly, like I attracted it in a couple of months, but my hair was fixed as well. The problem, the hair loss problem, was instantly fixed with my manifestation, like at the same time. Like, do you see that? It happened instantly. So I think this is going to accelerate your manifestation journey. So let me know what you think, and I will see you in the next video.